Hey, back again. Okay, so this is where we're at. And I told you I'd stop and check on specs, and I got everything dialed in as far as specs go, and as far as preload goes. The preload goes from 8.9 to 13.9, so basically 9 to 14 inch pounds. And again, this is where this tool comes in. One of the things wrong with the specs that we get from the manuals is the manual says tighten this down between 80 and 173 foot-pound. Well, I got to 175 foot-pound and that damn thing didn't move. And then I got my kit out here and we held on that, and he got it cranked down pretty far, helped me out with this. And I think I can get it the rest of the way because it's only just a little bit. But as you can see, and just listen, when I'm picking up on that, I can still feel play. Now the other big kicker is the spec. Remember what I said? 14 and 9, and this is where this comes in. All you got to do is just push on this thing and spin it. You can see I'm well under spec. And if you're that far under spec, it's not ready. It's just not ready. And that's what I was talking about as far as the service guys. Once that crush washer gets crushed and you take that nut out, I know it's got a divot in it, so where you can run the nut back and, you know, hopefully get it back into place. And some guys just a little tighter or try to smack it back. Once that tension comes off of that thing, to get it back, it's not right, and you ruin the bearing. You're doing an injustice to the customer. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you slap one in there and call it done. I've done it many a time, and you luck out. I'm all for it, but it's not the right way to do it. And that's what I'm trying to express, is just, it's not right. If it's not right, it's not right. That's not right. Plus, it's a better, you know, for sales and customers and, you know, all that kind of jazz too. But you do what you need to do at times, and that's, you know, that's part of mechanics. So especially when you're trying to help people, they don't have a couple $1,000, you know, be thrown around. All right, so we're so close. Now what I'm gonna do, and like I said, I got my torque wrench on here, and that torque wrench, when I started getting the torque wrench in there, man, it really let me know, hey, you're not close, you're not ready. You know, I mean, 175 foot-pounds, and that's what the spec is. But I'm getting the spec in there, and I got the spec, and that spec ain't, I'm exceeding specification. And I've done a ton of these things, and the way I'm doing it is the only proper way I know. I'm gonna try to turn this around for my shoulder's sake. Hopefully I can get a little closer to this thing and just grab it with my hand. That's a bad thing. Bad shoulder here. Just have to use my leg, I guess, and hope I don't hurt myself anymore. Now all I'm trying to do, since I don't have any spec, is I got this hole lined up here with that hole. Now I'm just going to start inching this over, and I'm going to really keep my eye on it as I'm doing it. Try to get this thing blocked the best way I can. Alright, cool. Alright, so I got it moved a little more. I'm feeling less, but I can still, you know, I can still feel the movement there. I can still pick up on it, and I know if I get this thing on there, we're still, yeah, we're not even close yet. So another little give here. My body can stand it. My God. Yeah. One thing to have an accident at work. It's another thing to be out for a year. And before my accident, I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. And my family's been through hell last year. I'm just now starting to come back, and I'm glad I am. I'm enjoying my work, and like I said, my therapist says this is therapeutic for me. Whenever I get on my good shoulder here, I don't know how much more strength I got. Getting up against my AC machine. Kind of locks in place. All right, so same thing. Ooh, ooh, hey. Now, see, as I'm spinning it, I still feel a little bit more, but doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah, I'm still right where I shouldn't be. So I know I got to crank on a little bit more, but we're getting really close because now we have no play in it. I don't feel any play in it. And that's what you want. You want zero play. Any more than that. Okay, so just a little bit more. Same thing, that AC machine really seems to help. I don't have to use my shoulder. Okay. Alright. Crank on a little bit more. Ooh. Now we're getting close. So what I'm saying is the spec in the book of the 173 for this, it doesn't fit. Alright, now I'm starting to get real close. And I know I'm starting to get real close because when I'm on my gauge here, let me show you. I'll put it right side up so you can see. You can see as I'm starting to pull on it, we're getting farther than what we were before, but we're still not there. So let's crank on a little more here. We are getting close, and like I said, that I don't feel any play in there, and that's what you want. You want that thing nice in, not too tight, not too loose. Roll with you. That's a good woman if I ever heard her. My wife ain't staying around. She don't like to roll shit sometimes. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Just like I said, you go too tight, you're screwed. And that's a bad position. The spanner wrench I got, it's a Toyota tool, but I got it online and it's for their cams. I use the shit out of it all the time, and it seems beefier than any other spanner wrench I've had, so you know, pretty happy with it. Come on, you little bitch. Okay, I felt the nut. Grab a little bit more thread here. I know I don't have any play. Feels good rolling it, but the spec, and that's all. And I'm still just not there. So it feels good, but this is where it's just, it ain't tight enough. So I'm at 0, but you go fall around. I'm not even up to 5 yet. So crank on a little more. Feels good, and this is what I was talking about. So if I was in a shop and I was feeling this thing, I don't know how many guys would go, well, that feels fine, there ain't nothing wrong with that, it feels good. It's not. It feels right, and it is. It feels good when I'm spinning it. It ain't right, and I know it's not right. The reason I know it's not right, and I already know, you try getting this and putting it on a car and running with it, that guy, the customer, will be back, or your car, if it's your car, it'll be back. This will be back. It'll come back. It'll have a problem. So, we didn't quite do the spec because we got, but that tells all tales. That's why I said that tool is so important to have when you're doing something like this. It's great to be able to do, and you should be able to do it, but come on, use your head. Spend a little extra money, get one of those tools. You ever have another one of these, or you know, you want to set up for 2 or 3 race cars you got, or what, you know, why pay somebody $900 to rebuild this when you can have a couple $100 in parts, do it yourself, know it's done right, and then, you know, have other people do it, as opposed to having other people do it. All right, easy machine. Just cunt here more. Alright, let's see. Damn, my shoulder. I got some long breaker bars on here. Having that AC machine up there. Oh yeah, see, I got a little bit more. Keep cranking on it. Spin around and get it with my hands. easier. Just that little bit of give. See, and this is what I'm talking about. You're taking it slow. Maybe I'm in a bad position. I know there's better ways to do this, but hey, I'm up to 5, so I'm getting there. Now, you take into account temperature, all that stuff. See how I keep spinning this thing, you know? And it feels right. It's not. It's not right. Not yet. I know there's some guys, oh man, I just hit it with my impact, and cool. God, you're a shitty mechanic. Oh, I'm kidding. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And, you know, if your method works, you know, all to you, man. I mean, shit, there's times where a book tells me to do one thing, I go, I'm not doing that, and I do it the other way, and it turns out just fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's, you know, like I said, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. No, I keep ending up in different positions here. Whatever. Just a little more. How much is enough? Just a little more. Not in that sense. It's okay. So we're up to about a 6. I'm gonna dial my thing down here. My little dial indicator's showing me I'm not quite there. I'm getting close to 5. I like the thought I ended up in that 10 area. Really kind of the best way to do it, in my opinion, right now. Because you're in between that space, you're not 9, you're not 14. You know, not too tight. Because there's something else we're gonna do after we get done with this, so I'll make sure you pay attention. My battery's running low on my phone, so I apologize if this one gets cut a little short. But you get the idea, and when that's why this thing's a pile of shit. Okay. Told you it's a pile of shit. And I mean, there's guys who do this at home a lot easier than I can because of my shoulder. I'll tell you, fuck you, I miss my shit. It means having a little strength behind it. Fuck me. And keep checking here. Yeah, see, I'm still at that 5. I just need a oomph more. Just one oomph more. Can't knife and do it with my leg here. It hurts my back. Like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do. Shit here. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is probably my last. Ah, tell me that's it, because I'm like done. Yeah, see, I got this little indicator, and it looks like I'm at 5, 6, 7. Look, I got a 10 up there. So it's like I'm at like 7.5. So I'd really want to be at like that 10 area. I really want to be at. Let's spin this a little bit more. Alright, right in the holes. Alright. Last pass. Got this on me. Pile of shit. The reason I'm having trouble is this pile of shit ratchet I got. I don't have any more extension bars or anything like that. I'm trying to torque that thing like that. Okay. Pussy here fucking more. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. See how we do here. So, I think we got it, guys. And if I didn't, I might piss because this sucked to do. And I'm just a little bit over, but here's where the big kicker comes in. I'm in spec is what I'm saying. I'm right there at the higher S launch where I don't want to be. One of the things you guys want to do, believe it or not, this will actually help. It's an old myth. I don't know if it's a myth or if there's a reason behind it. I do this on all of them that I have. Or I tighten anything down. Spin a couple times. Hope for the best here. I'm in spec. We are good. That's the way you do it, guys. You roll it around until you know that you're good, and when you're good, you call it done. That's it. We'll see you next video.